You could call him the music man. Ron Wheeler has spent much of his life dedicated to teaching, mentoring, and guiding young musicians in the Tulsa community. And this weekend, Ron will be honored for all of that work. We invited him to join us on the program today to share more about what it means to receive this inaugural honor from the Tulsa Symphony Orchestra. Good morning, Ron, and congratulations.
Thank you, Leanne. Good morning to you.
It has to be a great feeling. I mean, an incredible accomplishment of all that you've done throughout the years. But to have your work recognized like this, what does it mean to you?
Well, it's rather overwhelming and a bit humbling. And as I've said before, I think I'm really accepting this kind of an award on behalf of all the people in this line of work who have spent a lifetime trying to encourage and inspire young musicians. So it's really special.
Wow.
It's going on forever. My name will be there all the time so people can continue to say every year, who was that guy?
Right. Well, let's take back. I've got this great picture of you back when your hair was a little bit different. Tell us about how you got started with music and really how it kind of transitioned over the years to that role.
Well, I was very interested in being a musician as early as junior high school. And fortunately, when I went to the University of Tulsa, one of my violin teachers was Robert McNally, who was the youth symphony conductor about the time I was graduating. And he has always been one of my most effective music mentors. Bob was a real hero to me. And when I got out of the Army, I had a chance to do one of two things. I had a job offer for a junior high band position in St. Louis, or to come back to Tulsa and be Bob's assistant with the youth orchestra. I made the right decision, and I've been here ever since.
It's such an amazing career to have 40 plus years in that position. I want to hear real quick, I want to let folks hear from the director of the Tulsa Symphony Orchestra about this award. Take a listen.
The award is named after Ron and Ron Wheeler because of the 40 years of dedication, work, passion, inspiration, and mentorship he provided to thousands and thousands of Tulsans and young Tulsans as they were learning instruments, as they were developing, as they were performing together as an orchestra.
Those lessons that those young people have taken and then grown up, become adults, and in some cases, did I hear correctly that some of those kids have come back to be a part of the Youth Symphony?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, we have one of our conductors now, the Youth Symphony, is Amelia Ivory, who was a cello player in the youth orchestra many years ago. And so it's kind of perpetuating itself. And as a matter of fact, there are, in Tulsa, there are Tulsa Youth Symphony alums teaching in the orchestra programs of 7 area high schools.
That's remarkable. I want to show some video from one of your recent productions where you were conducting. What is it about your job as a conductor? I think I heard you say it's making sure people don't get lost. And I love that, just that idea. But when you're up there, you're in this world that is bringing together this beautiful music and having this collaboration.
Well, all the hard work is done in rehearsal. Those are the classrooms. That's where we all communicate and we decide on how to do things. And so at the concerts, I'm kind of like a traffic cop, making sure that nobody gets lost. But it's really a very rewarding experience to have such a response from young musicians who are working as hard as they can and doing their best in performance, and the audience is responding. There's not another feeling like it. I think being a conductor is probably one of the most satisfying things anyone can possibly do.
Well, you've done it beautifully, remarkably well. They're going to honor you tomorrow night, and folks can come to that symphony. Let me give the ticket details. The Tulsa Symphony's performance of folk dances, London Symphony, on sale at tulsasymphony.org. That's happening tomorrow night at 7:30 at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. Ron, I guess as you look over your career, what will you be most proud of, do you think?
I think I'm most proud of the fact that the Youth Symphony program not only creates young musicians that become professionals, but an audience for the future. It instills a love of the arts and a love of music in everybody who participates. If they choose another career, they continue to be supporters of the arts and continue to love music. And that's the most important part.
So now, are you officially retired, or what are you doing these days?
I'm officially retired. I wake up in the morning and say, well, what shall I do today?
As opposed to what do I have to do today? Well, it was really cute. I want to mention too, back in the early 80s, you were the director of the Youth Symphony. I wish I'd brought the picture in because I have some video of us. You were at the South Roads Mall, and the public appearances for these young people, it was a great exposure to have the music right there. I was getting to fill in on Tulsa Afternoon with Christopher Lewis. You were there with the orchestra playing during the holidays. What a great experience for those young people, and certainly for a young Leanne Taylor back in the day.
And a young Ron Wheeler, well, a younger Ron Wheeler.
That was such a remarkable experience. I know the kiddos had to love that. Had it been a challenge though the last few years, especially during the COVID years?
Well, it's been a challenge for everyone, but we managed to find a way to function in small groups. So we had live rehearsals all during the pandemic. We had parent volunteers checking in the students, taking temperatures and getting information. And we were able to put on a couple of really fine programs last season. First one was recorded, and the second one was live in a full audience. So challenges are meant to be met. So it just gave us an incentive to try to do things differently and to learn from it.
Well, I wish you all the best in your retirement, and congratulations again as the Tulsa Symphony provides this Ron Wheeler Educator of the Year award. It couldn't be, you're the perfect recipient for this one.
Thank you very much, Leanne. I appreciate it.